I am Leo. I'm in Marion County, and this is my third house of the day to visit as a casualty of this tornado that came through last night. The people I've spoken with today, they say it came by so quickly that they didn't even have time to think. And so I just want to give you a look at where I am right now. So I'm here at a house that has lost its roof. You can see more on the back side. I can show you guys that in a minute. But what I really want to point out here is that the house itself was picked up and moved by the storm. And you can see a gap where it used to be and where it sits now. You can see the windows are all broken out. There's broken glass all over this platform right here, wires down, and really just a lot of destruction. Shingles ripped off the home. I'll take you to the backyard right now. The family is currently working to get out what they see as the most important objects. I want my camera off for you guys. The family is currently taking out their most important objects, loading them up in that trailer back there to get them safely stored for the time being. They cannot stay at the house tonight. They're going to go stay at a relative's. But this family specifically has been on this land. This house has been in their family for generations. This land has been in their family since the 1860s, and they've never seen anything like this. And so here's a look at the back of the house. The roof is just completely gone. Over here, you can see this is where the roof has landed. And there are shingles strewn all across the yard right here from that roof. This tree uprooted, knocked over, crashing into this shed right here, taking the roof off of that as well. Earlier, we talked about a camper that was turned over. Their camper is still upright, so that's good, but yeah, the roof is just completely gone. The house moved off of its foundation. The family that was inside said that it all happened so quick they didn't even have time to think. It all happened in about 10 seconds. They said they could feel the everything was quiet outside, then all of a sudden it got really loud. The house started shaking, the windows started breaking. They looked up and they saw the sky. And that's what they remember from their time this morning around 3 in the morning, whenever this all happened. They didn't even have time to make it to a safe place in the home. They were running from their rooms down the hallway to the bathroom. They didn't even have time to get there before the house was hit and shook by the storm. And so I'll just give you another look here. The back of the house, a bunch of rain just came through, soaking everything. I'm pretty, I stayed out here during it, so that's why my phone and I are both pretty wet. But no, there's just lots of trees down in the area. Across the street, where I spoke to the neighbors, they said that they were woken by breaking windows. That's what woke them up this morning. The trees across the street just barely missing the house that it landed around. One landed to the right side of the house, one landed to the left. Clipped a little bit of their roof, but they're all going to be okay. They're also staying somewhere different tonight. The house that we started out this morning during Good Morning East Texas, right over there through the way, it's just that way. They're related to these people. They live on the same land. They're all family. They came back from the hospital with some stitches on the father of the family. Just stitches in his leg. He believes that open cabinets with dishes and knives falling out of them is what caused that gash in his legs. He can't be sure though, but yeah, just really, really insane the amount of destruction that came through this area in just a little bit of time. It's almost as if the tornado just kind of hissed the area and then moved on, but it really did its number in the short amount of time it was here.
Yeah, no, the damage that you're showing here is really incredible. And the fact you said that people reported it was like 10 seconds that all of this took place, and yet in that 10 seconds, really a life changed for a lot of people. It's just incredible to see that damage there. You said this was the third house that you visited today. What can you say about some of the other places that you visited? What was the damage like there?
Yeah, so like I said, this house across the street narrowly missed by some trees. You can see a big tree took down this area. SWEPCO crews have been out here all morning. They seem to be gone now. But that big tree, it's not even doing it justice. You can see the root, the trunk of it right there. It goes all the way through this. There used to be a shed behind it, and it is no longer. There's the house. There's another tree right there that knocked into it. Just kind of splintered the roof, but didn't cause too much damage, at least from what I could see. So that's one house. They said that whenever they were woken up by breaking windows in their home, they came outside after it had all quieted down. They heard screaming from houses across the street. It was a very intense moment for them to experience and go through. This house right here, I was able to speak with them. They have a 12-year-old daughter, and she said that the screams were coming from her. She was in a panic. She was in shock. She just really couldn't process the moment until first responders were able to get here. And then from the house over there that we started at this morning with the camper, they said that it happened around 3 in the morning. They were in the ambulance by around 4, and they made it to the hospital by 5. And so that's their timeline. They came home this morning. I want to say that was around maybe 10:30 or 11. It's a little fuzzy for me right now, but another thing I will point out is that the people that live in this area, it's going to be hard to see on the phone, but these trees back here that kind of line this body of water, they say that you normally can't see through those trees. Even when it's winter, you cannot see through those trees. There's so many of them. They're so thick. And now you can see all the way through to neighbors across the way. And so really just in this specific area right here, the storm, the tornado, it really did kind of do its worst right here from what I'm seeing.
Now, talk to me about the recovery efforts that are underway. I know that behind you they're loading up a trailer with whatever they can get right now, but what about the response from local authorities? And obviously, I think National Weather Service crews had to go out to the area in order to confirm the presence of a tornado. Tell us a little bit more about that.
This is the Ramsey family right here, and they've said that the community has been helpful in this process. Their church is starting a GoFundMe to help them with the efforts post-storm. I did speak with Patrick Johnson with J-Star Ministries earlier today, and he said he was driving around the area, checking out the homes, checking out the damage, and he's going to come back later today with supplies to help certain areas. So he's going to go load up on tarps, any food that he can bring out, just anything that he can do to help people during this time and make their places livable or to protect their things while they have to locate to other places. So that's what I've been kind of seeing from the community efforts. SWEPCO crews were out here early. They just left a little bit ago, but there has been quite a few people on the scene and helping out.
All right. Thank you, Katie, so much for going live here from Marion County, where residents are now surveying the damage from last night's tornado. And thankfully, it seems there's been no casualties. And although property has been lost, no lives have been lost. And I think that's what matters most. And from what you say, it seems as though the community is coming together to support these families, and they are going to be in good hands. Thank you, Katie, for that report. We'll talk to you later.
Talk to you soon. Bye.